Okay, we're going over the PTC Creo and Windchill Webcast series by Barry-Wehmiller International. Today we're going to go over Creo package upgrade guides. A lot of people out there, always looking at new functionality, what was the deal with Creo in the first place, and then also reduction in maintenance cost is always important to people. My name is TJ Dial. I'm going to be presenting today. I'm a partner and VP of PTC Technology Solutions for Barry-Wehmiller International. We're going to do a quick intro on who Barry-Wehmiller is. I won't kill anybody with too many slides there. We're going to go over the Creo packages, the new Essentials packages, and we're going to show quick demos in between, none of them longer than 5 minutes. Most of them about 3 minutes to give you a high-level overview of what functionality is in each package. We're going to wrap it up with some Q&A. So, who is Barry-Wehmiller? I absolutely love our history. It's one of the reasons that I came on to Barry-Wehmiller. We're a 130-year-old American manufacturing company. We started off very small in St. Louis, working only with Anheuser-Busch. Apologize for that. Only with Anheuser-Busch, making bottle washers, cappers, pasteurizers, anything that had to do with the bottling process. That was our only client until the late 70s, until we started doing acquisitions and spreading out. Today we're about a $2 billion manufacturing company, mostly in the U.S., but we're definitely a global company with locations all over the world, over 100 locations, and over 8,000 team members now. Our CEO is Bob Chapman. Super inspirational guy. If you get a chance, look him up on YouTube, listen to his talks on culture, and it's something he lives. The way we touch people's lives is how we measure ourselves, is how he defines success in business. Our customers, a lot of these guys are very well known to everybody, but what we do, what we got started around was large assemblies. It's in our DNA. So if you get a flat screen TV or a refrigerator, that corrugated packaging, that's something more than likely we made for you. The can that a Coke comes in or a Pepsi, we absolutely make those type of things as well. We make the packaging for the Coke cans, for the Pepsi cans. Pfizer, Merck, all big customers of ours, and we've done implementations of PLM and ERP and CAD modeling for a lot of these big names. So being a $2 billion organization is kind of unheard of as a reseller. It's not something that's the norm, especially somebody who's in manufacturing. The way we got started, probably about 30 years ago, we were doing IT consulting, CAD consulting, engineering consulting for just Barry-Wehmiller. So that was enough to start a company, keep it going, and make sure that all of our different divisions were taken care of. The CEO saw that we were doing so well. He said, hey, why don't you take it out to the marketplace? And a good way to expand out to the marketplace would be partnering with somebody. So we started looking at different tools. We started looking at Autodesk. We started looking at Dassault. We looked at Siemens. We looked at PTC. After looking at Creo and Windchill, we decided it was best of breed, and that's who we decided to partner with. Today we're going to go over the Creo upgrade packages. So this is the new lineup. PTC forever. There's all these ideas or old news about what PTC is, that it's expensive, that it's difficult to use. If you're talking about early 90s when it had the cascading menus, everything was 20 grand or 60 grand, you're absolutely right. It used to be expensive, it used to be hard to use, but that is old news. Everybody's always said that we're the most powerful, and that's still the case. So your Raytheons, your Caterpillars, your NASA, U.S. Army, they're still out there using our tool, but now we're as easy to use as anybody on the marketplace. There's been several benchmarks done, and we're competitively priced with any of the lower-end CAD packages like SolidWorks, Inventor, and Solid Edge. And what's different about us compared to those packages, you never hit a ceiling. So if you want to upgrade, if you want a little bit more functionality, you want to venture off into manufacturing, it's all based off our math kernel. So you never hit a ceiling. You can continue to grow as big as you want, or you can stay as small as you want. But even in our base package, we have all the check marks of the other tools, but we have additional functionality like flexible modeling, which we'll talk about today. These are the different packages. So in the Essentials package, there's the 3D CAD capabilities, and there's the direct modeling. The 3D CAD capabilities, that's what used to be called the Foundation, the Parametric, the Foundation 2, Foundation Advantage throughout the years. That's got 99% of what you're going to want to do on a daily basis. So we're going to watch a quick video of what all is in there, and I think you'll be impressed by some of the new things they've added.
PTC Creo Parametric offers you the highest level of performance of any 3D parametric modeling software. It also gives you greater depth of capabilities and more optional extensions to meet your specific needs. The software's lightweight graphics permit you to load thousands of components in seconds and quickly navigate to the sub-assembly where you want to work. Designing parts is easy with PTC Creo Parametric. Starting with a 2D sketch, you're already beginning to create and capture design intent. The system provides intuitive creation tools and automatically constrains your geometry, so you can easily extrude it to the desired width. Now you're ready to add more details, such as holes. All the changes are instantly reflected in the production drawings, and any changes you make to the drawings will automatically propagate to the 3D model. Now that we have our basic geometry, we can begin to add further details to our design. You can easily add bosses to the side, while ensuring precision by maintaining full control of your dimensions. If desired, you can mirror your geometry, so changes to one side are automatically reflected on the other. With this new geometry defined, the existing cut in the base of the part is no longer correct. By simply reordering the features, PTC Creo Parametric's robust capabilities allow us to fix this problem instantly. You can also add tapered extrusions in a single feature, simplifying your design while saving time. And if your design calls for it, you can round all the edges instantly using the Auto Round tool. Using dynamic cross-sections, the system highlights interferences in red to easily identify potential errors in the assembly. You can quickly fix any issues by editing the part within the context of the assembly. And of course, your production drawings immediately update to reflect any changes, saving you time and ensuring the accuracy of downstream deliverables. To fasten the brake caliper to the assembly, simply select your bolts from a library of standard components and use PTC's Assembly Sense to complete the task quickly and accurately. Once this is completed, we can now assemble our next component. Using the 3D dragger, you can quickly position and orient the part. Then, using constraints, fix it to the desired location. Using PTC Creo Parametric's dedicated sheet metal design environment, you can quickly and easily add bends, walls, notches, and other sheet metal features using a streamlined user interface. This ensures the part will conform to the unique characteristics and requirements of sheet metal, and you can easily access a 2D view of the 3D part at all times, visualizing the flat state of your part to avoid issues such as overlapping geometry. And see how easy it is to add a form feature to define the placement direction for the brake caliper plate. To model a rear swing arm for the bike, you can use Freestyle. Available only with PTC Creo Parametric, Freestyle makes it easy to create freeform models with curvature-continuous final production surfaces. You can begin from scratch or with a design concept image and start modeling immediately by taking a primitive shape like a box or sphere, rescaling it, and pushing and pulling the surfaces until the model matches your design intent. And by mirroring the geometry, you can quickly widen the swing arm to allow enough clearance for the rear wheel. You can also add additional aesthetic or required design features quickly and easily. With one click, you can convert the surface model into a 3D solid model. Then, cut out a hole for the rear axle, mirror the change to the other side, and add final engineering details. At any stage in your design process, you can go back to the Freestyle geometry, refine the details, and quickly regenerate your component. PTC Creo Parametric comes with the ability to perform mechanism and basic structural analysis. This enables your engineers to better understand how designs will perform in order to improve quality and eliminate errors earlier in the design process. To validate how the swing arm will perform under real-world conditions, you can quickly run a kinematic simulation of the wheel moving up and down. You can also perform a basic structural analysis by specifying the load, boundary conditions, and material properties and then see the analysis results in real time. For more sophisticated types of analysis, PTC Creo Parametric offers additional extensions. 3D annotations can save time by reducing or even eliminating the need for 2D drawings, and the software lets you quickly define and place them automatically so they're easy to interpret. In addition to simulation, PTC Creo offers a full range of other extensions to define NC processes and meet all your other downstream needs. PTC Creo Parametric provides superior performance, intuitive workflows, and a consistent user experience across all functions of the software and its extensions. This gives you all the product design tools you need to improve productivity and create the innovative products necessary for success in a competitive marketplace.
Alright guys, so that's the core package. I still get questions all the time. Does it have sheet metal? Does it have mechanism to where you can do interference check? It has all that capability and it's best of breed. Not only can you do interference check to understand if it's hitting something, you can run kinematic analysis to understand why it's hitting something, and then you can correct it. Also, they added FPA features to where you can do part analysis basically on 20 surfaces in the base package. Freestyle. A lot of people out there are using Rhino, Space Claim, these industrial design tools to make these napkin sketch ideas. Our package, you can do that in the parametric. Whenever you get those Rhino and Space Claim tools, you'll pass them over back and forth and you come up with something that's not manufacturable because it doesn't work in the parametric world. Ours, you can do it all in the parametric world, so you get just what you were thinking of in the first place, and then you'll be able to manufacture that. Next, we're going to go into another package that's in the base. It's called the Flexible Modeling Tool. There's two different types of direct modeling. PTC spent hundreds of millions of dollars acquiring the people who invented direct modeling, Co-Create. So we acquired that technology, and just like all technology, we brought it in, we rewrote it on our math kernel, so everything is integrated. That's PTC's big key word, is integration. It's always very tight, so when you pass it back and forth, you don't have error. Data. It's not about creating things in direct modeling where there's no history. It's about making quick edits to late-stage design changes without affecting your parametric model. This is also really good if you're importing any type of SolidWorks or Inventor or any type of data like that. And this is another tool, just like Freestyle, that you won't see in a SolidWorks package. We're going to see a quick video on this. It's only about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll move on to the next package.
PTC Creo Flexible Modeling Extension, or FMX, combines the ease of direct modeling with the control of parametric 3D CAD, allowing you to make changes to existing 3D models quickly and easily while preserving the original design intent. Typical design changes include the need to move and modify geometry. Note how quick and easy it is to select, relocate, and change the orientation of this attachment point. And FMX handles complex changes like these without impacting the existing parametric characteristics. What's more, FMX streamlines the process of making changes to all types of 3D CAD data, including models with no built-in intelligence whatsoever. In modifying the shape of these geometries, note that the parent-child relationship between them remains intact, so the changes propagate automatically. Using shape recognition, FMX lets you select the geometry you want to change with just a few clicks instead of having to pick each surface separately. This saves you a lot of time. For example, you can revise the number of these mounting holes very easily. After recognizing this feature as a cut and the 5 cuts as a pattern, all you need to do is change the number of instances from 5 to 3. There's no need to redefine or reconstruct the model in any way. Symmetry recognition offers yet another way to accelerate the design change process. Say you want to eliminate 2 of the ribs and space the other 4 equally. Using boss and round shape selection, you can first execute the removal. Then you can recognize the remaining inner ribs as symmetric, so that if you relocate one, the change will automatically propagate to the other. And you can make changes using dimensions and constraints too. For example, if you want to elevate the height of these ribs, you can either make a free move using the 3D dragger, Or you can just pick the surfaces you want and input the desired height from the base. Another way to select geometry is based on rules. Using geometry rules, you can pick the cylindrical surface on the side of this rib and then find all other geometries with an equal radius value, so that all these rounds can be edited in a single step. This is a huge time saver. Without FMX, this would be a much more difficult change. FMX also makes it easier to simplify the geometry of your model for downstream engineering. For instance, you can eliminate the logo instantly by selecting the top surface, recognizing the shape, and removing it. Without FMX, you might have had to redefine all the geometry. And if it had been an imported model, the task would have been even more time-consuming. The relationships and constraints are updated as the assembly is regenerated. Notice how the pattern of the bolts is now 3, reflecting your design revisions. PTC Creo Flexible Modeling Extension streamlines product development by speeding the process of making late-stage design changes, as well as accelerating the redesign of existing products without sacrificing design intent.
So guys, that was flexible modeling. I remember the first time we showed that at the St. Louis user group. It was probably a couple years ago. And if you've used Pro E or SolidWorks in the past, the guy came up to me after the demonstration and he said, what was that magic stuff you showed? Because if you haven't used these kind of tools in the past, that's what it seems like. These aren't things that you could do in the past where you could make those quick changes. Talk about ease of use. It doesn't get any easier than that tool. Next, we're going to talk about the Essentials Plus. It goes into product data management. And that's an option with any of these packages, and it's really, really inexpensive to add on product data management. There's 2 different options, PDM Essentials and PDM Link. You can get either or. Today we're going to talk about PDM Essentials, but if you decide you want to go to PDM Link, it's all built on the same package. All PDM Essentials is PDM Link with some things turned off to make it easy. But if you decide you want to move to PDM Link later, all it is running a disk. There's no migration. So product data management and PDM Essentials. Essentials is just that. It's all about setting promotion requests, product view, giving visualization to the extended enterprise, to shop floor, to marketing, to make sure they're always viewing the latest and greatest file. They can do red lines, annotations, spin, all that type of stuff. We'll see a video on this as well. Where used reports, so you understand if you make a change to a part, what other assemblies does it cause possibly problems for or possibly cause to fail. EBOM, it automates that process as well. And this comes with a packaged SQL standard server inside, which is a huge cost savings compared to just about anything else. There's no business, there's no system administration. But say you later on decide, hey, I want to start doing Project Link. I want to start integrating my CAPA nonconformance and compliance, material compliance. I'm worried about REACH and ROHAS, and you want tools to automate those processes for you. That's an easy upgrade to PDM Link, and then you can absolutely do those things. We'll watch a quick video on this. Again, 2-minute video, high-level overview.
PTC Windchill PDM Essentials, a central repository for product content, manages all forms of information generated during product development, from customer requirements to CAD data to schematics and BOMs. With seamless integration to PTC Creo Parametric, it's simple to add new designs or update existing ones. An embedded browser provides quick and easy access to the PDM repository. Simply right-mouse-click on the item, select Check In, and it's now stored in PTC Windchill PDM Essentials. There is a search toolbar always available in the top right corner. Enter the search term and a window slides out with the search results. With one mouse click, you get all of the information about that particular item, including where it was used and what objects are related to it. PTC Creo View Lite, PTC's visualization tool, is also included to distribute information to people who do not have design tools on their own computer, but need to see and interrogate product models. Reviewing a particular design, making comments or markups, and taking measurements can all be done without disturbing the original design file. It's easy to manage documents from within the Microsoft Windows environment. In this example, we're actually navigating through PTC Windchill PDM Essentials folders, even though we're in Windows. To add a document, simply drag and drop it into the folder. Another feature is the ability to easily manage the entire approval process. Users assigned with approval authority can look at the instructions, give their comments, and then ultimately decide whether they want to approve or reject the item. PTC Windchill PDM Essentials will empower smaller organizations to effectively organize and manage their product content. And because it's built on PTC Windchill, a production-proven PLM software, it not only meets your requirements today, it provides the foundation to meet your future needs.
So guys, this also includes the ability to work with SolidWorks, Inventor, AutoCAD. It has workgroup managers and all of those, and you don't pay anything extra for it. The whole idea behind this is quick time to value, easy to use, and inexpensive. Next, we're going to go over Essentials Premium. Essentials Premium is one of those packages they threw everything in, and it's extremely inexpensive. Getting started with the simulation, PTC has gotten some, again, bad rap over the years about maybe not being able to do nonlinear. We absolutely do have packages, even in our base Mechanica. We can do nonlinear. It just depends on where you want to go with it. We give you easy steps and easy upgrades to get to the functionality that you need. This one is all about prototypes. It's reducing the number of prototypes that you have to use. Whenever you have to make those real-world things, it's expensive. What's different about this package, instead of looking at like an ANSYS or an Algor, those type of packages, the difference is you don't have to be a PhD to use these tools. If you know Creo, it's all in the same. You'll get similar results to ANSYS and Algor, those type of tools, but it's easy to use, so it's made for the designer to be able to go in and check his own work. And also, the way that we work is a P-type versus an H-type, which a lot of other solvers use. So you can set your polynomial order so you can get results much faster because we're a geometric solver. So since we create the geometry, our meshes form to the geometry better than other packages, eliminating errors and increasing solving time, which is important to everybody. We're going to watch a quick video on this as well.
PTC Creo has extensive simulation capabilities, enabling designers to easily analyze both parts and assemblies. You can investigate the structural, thermal, and motion behavior of your designs under real-life conditions. To begin your analysis, PTC Creo provides an easy-to-follow process with an intuitive user interface. In this case, loads are quickly applied to a steering assembly, reflecting a range of motion the wheel would experience after hitting an obstacle on the road. Executing the analysis is simple, and while the simulation runs, visual feedback is provided, allowing you to confirm that the loads have been properly applied. Once your simulation is complete, the results are provided through clear, informative graphs and dynamic visuals. This dual feedback provides designers with an immediate understanding of how a mechanism is functioning, including the dynamic loads generated in the assembly. In turn, these loads can now easily be used to perform further analysis on individual components. For example, structural analysis can be used to evaluate the performance of a component against specifications. In this case, using the dynamic loads to analyze the stresses generated in this connecting bracket. Once again, setting up the analysis is intuitive. Simply follow the steps to select material properties from an extensive library, apply the loads to the relevant areas, and finally, apply the boundary conditions. One major advantage of PTC Creo is automatic mesh generation. It requires no interaction from the user to create a high-quality mesh for analysis, saving significant time. Once again, executing the analysis is simple and fast with PTC Creo's powerful embedded solver. In addition to this linear static analysis, you can also conduct nonlinear, buckling, and dynamic simulations. And interrogating your results is easy using contour plots, animations, and graphs. You can also automate the creation of reports for sharing this information. The next step is to act on these results, and optimizing parts is simple with PTC Creo's seamless integration of analysis and modeling. This ability to quickly optimize parts can generate significant value for companies in the product development process. In this case, to reduce the weight of the part while staying within specifications. And this process can even be automated to quickly iterate design variants, eliminating what is typically a manual effort. We can then reuse the previous analysis setup to quickly obtain and visualize results. With PTC Creo, you can also conduct thermal simulations. Similar to mechanisms in structural analysis, setup uses the same easy-to-follow process with an intuitive user interface, thus reducing product adoption time and permitting designers to be productive faster. Once again, the analysis is simple and fast, making results quickly available for review. These results, in addition to the mechanical loads, can then easily be applied to the brake disc. This enables you to better understand how thermal expansion will impact the structural integrity of the part. Furthermore, multiple load cases can be analyzed simultaneously, enabling designers to understand the individual or cumulative effect that different boundary conditions will have on a part or assembly. In this case, investigating the level of stress and deflection in the brake disc as a combined effect of mechanical and thermal loads. With PTC Creo's comprehensive simulation capabilities, designers are empowered to easily analyze parts and assemblies. And with seamless integration between analysis and modeling, designs can be quickly optimized to drive immediate value into your product development process.
Guys, so not only is this stuff included, but also in the base package, you also get rendering and design animation. So you can make movies of that after you render it, make a pretty picture. You want to send it off to somebody you're working with to show them how their part works. You can absolutely do that. Or if you're just doing a report for maybe the engineering manager or somebody in marketing. Something you're not going to hear from other resellers or even PTC. This has been slipped in. It's in none of the marketing materials or anything else. They added mechanism dynamics to this package. So not only can you do kinematics where you get dynamic analysis or kinematic analysis, you also get the dynamic analysis. This is really great if you have anything that moves. If you have belts, springs, or you have a front-end loader, anything that moves, you can tie that back to the structural analysis and get real-world results. Again, it's about reducing prototypes. So guys, we'll skip over that. I already kind of beat that one up. These are some of the differences. So within the Essentials Premium, it's focused around linear, but you can see the other differences. Basically everything, or 95% of what most people do, the solid beams, the shells, the springs, design optimization, everybody wants to do optimization. One of the biggest issues that people have, going back and forth, is looking at a particular product and trying to figure it out from Excel spreadsheet, going back, checking, changing the model, trying to figure something out, going back, checking the model. The iterative process of going back and forth, this takes it out of it. You can set design parameters, and then you can optimize your design. And with a later release, you're going to get MathCAD, which you can also show the design intent. Pretty exciting stuff that's coming out in the next couple months at no additional cost as well. Next, we're going to step into piping and cabling. So piping and cabling, it's one of those packages that's extremely inexpensive. And if you have any pipes or cables in your design process, this is a package you should have. It will save you time. The way it works is if you have AutoCAD electrical and somebody's passing over a file and then you're doing curves and splines and trying to make representations of cables or pipes or anything like that, you're making a good guess, and you're probably spending quite a bit of money on copper wire, on scrap, because you're doing a best guess, and then you have somebody with a nail board drawing out on the shop floor. You can do that all virtual. With this tool, piping and cabling, you'll do 2D schematics in what's called RSD, and this comes with a piping and cabling package. And then you'll pass that over, the guy who would be using the AutoCAD electrical, he would pass that over in an XML format to Creo, and then the Creo user just picks, and it automatically creates the wires, the lengths. You just pick the wire gauge, you pick the insulation, and you pick the connectors. It does it all for you, and then you get a bill of material. It does the same thing with piping, so you can do isogen, CNC, all that type of stuff, and it's extremely easy to use. We'll watch a quick video of this as well.
PTC Creo Piping and Cabling Extension, or PCX, enables designers to create routed systems quickly and easily. These systems can be designed directly in the 3D environment or intelligently driven by a 2D schematic. In this example, we're going to design the wiring and piping systems for a rocket. Starting with a 2D schematic, designers can quickly review wiring routes and connections to avoid errors. If a new wire is needed, this can be easily added in the 2D environment by simply selecting from a library of standards and creating the connection. This dedicated environment in PCX can improve design documentation and ensure design integrity is maintained throughout the process. This 2D environment also supports the export of wiring, cabling, and piping diagrams in standard formats such as XML and integrates with PTC Windchill. The cabling subassembly can now be opened in the 3D environment. The new wire, added in the 2D schematic, is ready to be routed. In this case, PCX automatically identifies an error, a missing connector, and prompts the user to fix the problem. Once resolved, the user automatically returns to the routing action they were executing when the problem was detected, ensuring a smooth flow to the design process. In PCX, cables can be routed using different options, from simple route to options which provide much greater levels of control. And rerouting cables is easily accomplished through quick access to the commands. In this design, 3 cables are routed to follow an existing cable route, ensuring a clean design. And PTC Creo reinforces this with constant visual feedback, ensuring the engineer's design intent is achieved. Reroute can also be used to fix interferences with surrounding geometry by simply selecting the cable and adding a location to avoid. Creating manufacturing information for the cabling is quick and easy. The 3D cabling loom is automatically flattened and the individual components can be displayed. Finally, the harness can be automatically output as a drawing, including a bill of materials, significantly shortening the product development cycle for products that include cabling. As with all aspects of PTC Creo Parametric, any changes to the 3D design are automatically reflected in the 2D drawing documentation. Undertaking piping design with PCX is very similar to cabling. The engineer is once again presented with a dedicated ribbon UI, this time for piping design. Similar to cabling, routing pipes is a quick and easy task. As before, by simply selecting the start point and referencing an existing pipe, the new pipe is quickly modeled. As with cabling, any changes are automatically reflected in the manufacturing drawings. In this case, the piping assembly, bill of materials, and individual pipe drawings. With PTC Creo Piping and Cabling Extension, engineers can quickly and easily create routed systems designs using either a 3D modeling or 2D schematic-driven approach.
So guys, again, if you're using splines and curves and just representations, you'll pay for this just with the scrap and the manufacturing from the copper. It's one of the quickest ROIs that you'll see from any of our packages. And there's a ton of references out there to prove it. So finally, we're going to go over Essentials Team. Again, just like everything else, the product data management is always an option on this. So everybody hears Advanced Assembly, and that's what this is. Advanced Assembly has been included in the team. It's probably the #1 selling extension. A lot of people hear it and they're like, oh, that means you can't do large assemblies in the base package. That's not true at all. We have the tools. We can compete with any other CAD package in our base package. So you can take 50,000 piece assemblies and turn off 49,000 of them and work on the 1,000 in the subassembly and reference everything else. So you can absolutely do that in a base package. What this is team collaboration. So if you have a lead designer that wants to lay out a skeleton of an airplane and make sure that everybody who's working on their subassemblies understands what the central idea is and how the geometry should fit together, this gives you automated tools to be able to do that, so that whenever you're making that airplane, you don't make a wing that doesn't fit. So it's a way for large assemblies. Anybody who makes large assemblies that are name brands are using this tool.
PTC Creo Advanced Assembly Extension, or AAX, enables organizations to improve the productivity of multiple designers who need to work concurrently on assemblies. It also includes tools that support the design of assembly variants and creation of assembly process plans. In many cases, it is not practical or efficient to work with an entire assembly, but the design intent needs to be maintained at the sub-assembly level. This is especially true for very large assemblies and distributed teams. Using AAX, critical design information can be incorporated into sub-assemblies to ensure that the parametric relationships are maintained. In this case, the lead designer identifies what information each team member requires to effectively develop their sub-assembly. The critical design information is then shared with the individual sub-assemblies, enabling team members to complete their tasks concurrently while working within the context of the full assembly. In this example, 4 designers working on different parts of the train assembly, including the truck, structure, interior, and door. Each designer, working in parallel, further details their individual sub-assembly, and they can confidently design with the knowledge that if the lead designer changes the primary design intent, their sub-assembly will adapt. Additionally, since critical design information is shared across the team, designers don't have to worry about their changes impacting the work of other team members. However, when the team members are ready to begin sharing information on their specific sub-assemblies, this is easily accomplished. This ability to truly support concurrent engineering provides your design team with significant productivity benefits. With the carriage interior updated to reflect new design intent from the carriage structure, the designer can clearly see that an interference exists using dynamic cross-sectioning. This problem can now be easily resolved using standard tools available in PTC Creo Parametric, such as measuring. And since this work has been done in parallel, the designer only needs to make a small change to the height of the seat to finalize their design. Whereas in this stage in the non-concurrent engineering process, the carriage interior designer may only be starting their tasks. With the individual seat design finalized, the remainder of the carriage interior can now be completed. In this case, using the robust patterning capabilities in PTC Creo Parametric. PTC Creo Advanced Assembly Extension enables more effective collaboration for design teams who need to work concurrently on assemblies. And with additional tools to support the generation of assembly variants and creation of assembly process plans, AAX can help you to drive greater productivity within your product development process.
So some of the other things they didn't cover during that would be things like Pro Program. You can set up if-then statements. Basically, if this happens, then this happens. So it's a way to set up automation. It's an automation language specifically for Creo. Very easy to use. It's like a Java or a VB. Something that you would use, you can automate your entire product line using this tool. It's very powerful, very easy to use. Other things are like interchange assembly. So if you saw that seat and you had 5 different seats that you wanted to switch out to try, you just place and pick, and you can quickly change those seats out. It's interchange. And then assembly drawings. If you want to make drawings for the shop floor and it's with assembly instructions on the sequence, so if you hammer this, you screw in this, you torque this, you can set that up with assembly instructions. So what are these packages? I told you they were very inexpensive, and what you're going to notice is most of them have reduced maintenance costs as well. So there's lock node options, and that competes with your SolidWorks, your Inventor, your Solid Edge. But then there's also floating options. That's traditional to Pro E or Creo. The Essentials package, like I said, it has most everything you're ever going to want. And then it also includes flexible modeling that you're not going to get in SolidWorks. That's that magic stuff we talked about earlier. And then there's the Essentials Plus, which it shows PDM Essentials, but you can also get PDM Link. So it has everything plus PDM Essentials or PDM Link. The Essentials Premium, it has the flexible modeling, has PDM Essentials or PDM Link, piping, cabling, structural, thermal simulation, plus it also has MDO, which is the motion analysis, which really should allow you to take your designs to the next level. Then you have the Essentials Team, which that's all about collaboration. It's concurrent engineering. That was the the big word in the 90s was concurrent engineering. It's every bit as important today. So I did a quick outline to show the difference. So parametric, the price for parametric or foundation, foundation 2, whatever you'd called it over the years, it's $1,650 for the maintenance. The Essentials package, which you also get flexible modeling on top of that, is only $1,500. There's an upgrade price of about $970 right now. So I showed a comparison over 5 years. Basically, you can get the flexible modeling, which will save you hours of time, for a couple $100 after a 5-year ROI. And if you don't want to spend a couple $100, wait till 6 or 7 years, and then it's for free. So one other thing I want to go over before that is these packages have also been excluded from maintenance increases. Some of the Windchill has gone up as much as 20% since 2011. Some of the CAD products have gone up about 7 to 10% over that time. There was a price increase in October. These are locked in. They were frozen from increases because they're focused around the small to medium-sized customer. If you don't have one of these packages, please reach out to us, and we'll try and get you more information. My phone number is 314. Actually, I'll put it on the screen, and while I'm doing that, I'll pass it over to Beth, and she can see if there's any questions.
There's no questions on the queue.
All right, thanks, TJ. Great job. I am having some technical difficulties trying to load up the Q&A panel. I know that there was a question that came through. Are those videos available online? And just wanted to go ahead and address that. We'll be able to share those videos as links in our email follow-up with this webcast recording.
Hey, Beth?
Uh-huh.
Also, with the archive webcast here, you can go on our website. So I showed 3 to 5 minute videos, and absolutely that's going to be on here as well. But if you go to our website, b-wi.com, you click on webcast, and then look over to the left over here, and you're going to end up seeing archive PTC webcast. This will be up there, but you'll also see hour-long videos on advanced assembly, on piping and cabling, on flexible modeling, on PDM Essentials, so it goes much more deeper than what I did. But if you'd like to see a personal demo or have somebody come out and talk to you, if you'd like to send over your maintenance and say, man, I feel like I'm paying too much, that looked really good, and I like the idea of this whole Creo solution, shoot me over an email at tj.dial@b-wi.com, and I'll have one of the local sales reps contact you and get you more information, do a local demo, whatever you need. Beth, any luck with the Q&A?
I don't have the panel here. So again, I apologize about that, but if any of you do have any questions, you can certainly reach out to TJ directly or reply back to our email whenever we send out the webcast recording.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll end up getting everybody answers, no question. All right, guys, I want to thank everybody for your time. I very much so appreciate it. This is very exciting things. If you're not excited about it, it's because I did a poor job presenting, because this is exciting stuff, and hopefully you want more information on it. Thank you very much.